Attention all golfers, how would you like to buy 2 rounds of golf for the price of one at one of Northern Michigan's premier golf courses? It's easy. Just log on to fox33.com and click on Half Off Golf. This week's featured golf course is Manistee Golf and Country Club, golfing at its finest. The 2-for-1 certificates for Manistee Golf and Country Club go on sale during Fox 33 News at 10 Wednesday, July 4th. Supplies are limited and won't last long. So what are you waiting for? Log on to fox33.com and click on Half Off Golf. For Half Off Golf, go to fox33.com.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Erin Ross, and this is Fox 33 News at 10.
From our Northern Michigan studios, you're watching Fox 33 News at 10. Tonight's only live 10 o'clock news program starts now.
It's round 2 in trying to bring a new cab company to Wexford County. I'm Shayna Ziegler. I'll have the details coming up.
President Bush hopes to work out some important issues with the president of Russia. And a new test may be able to tell you whether or not a heart attack is in your future. Those stories and more, plus tonight's sports. But first, we made it through a great weekend. Now the countdown begins for the 4th. What will the weather bring us? We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Jim Kosak with our first look at weather.
Well, Aaron, not to be the bearer of bad news, but that would be a little bit of wet weather headed our way, at least during the course of the nighttime hours. It's really not going to be all that big of a deal. The reason why I say that, when you take a look at our Fox 33 AccuWeather Doppler radar, looks like it's a fairly substantial amount of wet weather. Now, the coverage area most certainly is, but this has been running into a dry air mass all day long. It's had a really tough time coming east of Lake Michigan. Yes, there have been a couple of sprinkles, light rain showers, if you will, but until we truly moisten the air mass, I'm not going to be arguing for much more than a little sprinkle shower activity throughout the remainder of the nighttime hours. So not even really damp, if you will. From earlier today, via some sunshine, we started the day off at 50, went to 74 degrees in around Traverse City, a far cry from any of the records across our area, even though it was a cool one to say the least. I do believe we will get some warmer air back in for this upcoming weekend, but there are showers and thunderstorms sandwiched between us and it. Whether or not they're here for our nation's birthday, I'll have the answer coming up in just a bit. Aaron?
All right, thanks, Jim. Clare County deputies say a home was completely destroyed after a hot water heater exploded. Authorities say a newly installed natural gas hot water heater blew up in a home Sunday morning in Lake. They believe the explosion happened after the homeowner turned the hot water on to take a shower. Authorities say no one was injured from the explosion, but the home is completely destroyed. A Clare County woman is facing embezzlement charges after stealing over $200,000. State police say that 32-year-old Heather Evans of Clare stole the money over the past 2 years while working for Cedar Electric in Clare County. Evans was arrested over the weekend following an investigation by the state police. She was arraigned today and is being held in the Clare County Jail. A young boy lost his life while helping his dad on a farm Saturday. Deputies say 15-year-old Damian Hernandez traveled from Mexico to visit his father, who works at Rosebush Sale Barn in Isabella Township. Damian was helping his father with chores when he somehow became pinned between the cab and forklift of a skid loader. Police say by the time emergency workers arrived, Damian had passed away. Last month, a request to bring a new taxi company was denied, but the woman behind the request has not given up. She returned to the area this evening requesting for permission to open a second cab company. Fox 33 Shayna Ziegler was in Cadillac today and has the story.
This is needed. A long wait and can't get a hold of anybody are just a few comments listed on a petition to bring a new cab company here in Cadillac. Tracy Miller is on her second try to bring a cab company to town, this time hoping a petition would do the trick.
And after they denied our request the first time, well, we thought we'll get the people's opinion. And it reflects on the paper what they think.
The businesswoman's first try to bring the second taxi company to Cadillac was rejected by the city council last month.
We invited her to reapply, and it's not very typical, but we're just a friendly operation, and this seemed the best way to handle it.
and reapply she did.
She has reapplied, and the hearing tonight will give her an opportunity to present some new and additional information.
Now, after tonight's City Council meeting, there could be a new outcome.
And for people to use alternate transportation, it's becoming a thing of the future. People do it every day.
But not everyone feels there should be.
We've serviced the community the best we could, and there hasn't been a need for another vehicle in all that time, so I don't see the need for one now.
I'm Shayna Ziegler for Fox 33 News at 10.
A 14-year-old boy is listed in serious condition after he rolled an SUV. Police say the accident happened yesterday morning in South Arm Township when 14-year-old Zachary Stokes rolled the car he was driving and was thrown 15 feet. Stokes was airlifted to a hospital in Grand Rapids for serious injuries. Both of his teenage passengers were treated at a local hospital, then released. Police say high speed was the main factor in the accident. Promises to talk again emerging from the U.S.-Russia mini-summit in Kennebunk Fort, Maine today. Presidents Bush and Putin are trying to find common ground on many tough issues, including Iran's nuclear program, missile defense systems, and vision for a new type of partnership. Fox's Kim McIntyre brings us the details from Washington.
First, I'd like to congratulate President Putin for being the only person that caught a fish today.
It looked more like a fishing expedition than a summit of world leaders. As President Bush hosted Russian President Vladimir Putin at the family home in Maine, their differences were obvious, but their behavior cordial.
Do I like everything he says? No.
Нравится мне все, что он говорит?
And I suspect he doesn't like everything I say.
Вероятно, ему не нравится все, что я говорю.
But we're able to say it in a way that shows mutual respect.
Both presidents stated their opposition to Iran's suspected nuclear weapons program. Putin agrees a strong message should be sent through the UN Security Council.
When Russia and America speaks with, along the same lines, it tends to have an effect. And therefore, I appreciate very much the Russian attitude in the United Nations.
But there was not agreement on the U.S. missile defense shield that Bush wants in Poland and the Czech Republic. Putin has accused the U.S. of overstepping its national borders and today proposed the modernization of an existing system.
But as I told Vladimir, I think that Czech Republic and Poland need to be an integral part of the system.
Putin says his relationship with Bush gets better every time they meet. But when asked about political freedom in Russia, he cautioned against Western influence.
The only thing that we would never accept is these tools, this leverage being used to interfere into our domestic affairs, to make us do things the way we do not see fit.
Bush and Putin will meet again in September at a summit in Australia, but before then, Bush plans to keep the phone lines to Moscow open. In Washington, Kim McIntyre, Fox 33 News at 10.
Coming up on Fox 33 News at 10, Jim returns with more on our 5-day forecast. And doctors are now saying a new test may be a gateway into better understanding who will have a heart attack. Details in tonight's To Your Health.
You're watching Fox 33 News at 10, Northern Michigan's only 10 o'clock news program. All your local news with Aaron Russ, Jenna McWilliams, and Shayna Ziegler. Plus, your most accurate weather forecast from meteorologist Jim Kosick. News is brought to you by the Interlochen Center for the Arts, presenting the Summer Concert Series.
What you boys got there?
It's a pizzone.
That's huge.
Delicious.
So...
No.
It's back. The Pizza Hut Pizzone is yours alone. Over 1 pound of melted cheese and tasty toppings baked in a pizza crust. A big eat for the tiny price of $5.99. Or get 2 for $10.99. Tackle your hunger with classic meaty or pepperoni.
Hey, Mooch, you want one?
Yeah, order up. Get way more. Get America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut, now online.
When it comes to quality, JK Feeds knows its family and life's basics. That's why the owners of JK Feeds have been serving the community for years, offering a great selection of wild bird feeds, starter, and grower feeds. JK Feeds offers homestead feeds with no added antibiotics, using the very latest nutrition technology to produce a line of high-quality feeds for animals from show quality to pets. JK Feeds, west of M37 and M113 on Miller Road. JK Feeds, like our quality, love our prices.
Welcome back to Fox 33 News at 10. We had a dry weekend here in northern Michigan, but will we see any rain this holiday week? Jim's back with the answer and more on our 5-day forecast.
Fortunate or not, I have to say yes, Aaron. Absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Matter of fact, we're already dealing with 1 or 2 light rain showers across our area. This is 1 week wave of moisture that's running in a northwest to southeast fashion. It's running out in advance of the main cold front, one that's still back in around eastern portions of Montana. This is where we have severe thunderstorm and tornado watches out all the way down to the panhandle of Nebraska. To be honest with you, until the axis of that storm system rolls through, we're still fair game for an occasional shower and thunderstorm. Now, do keep in mind, as these waves of moisture run so far out in advance of the support, which is the cold front, they're going to tend to weaken. That's why I don't think we're going to deal with a whole heck of a lot. Matter of fact, this is running into a relatively dry air mass, so it's really just a passing shower during the nighttime hours. But with that next storm system eventually arriving on deck, there will be some big storms out there. Now, I don't think any of the severe weather hits us tomorrow. We're back here during the daylight hours. These storms will be back here. But I do believe we could at least pick up a shower, brief thunderstorm tomorrow. But tomorrow night, and on into part of our nation's birthday, I do believe it will get rough and tough for us. Clouds running out in advance of the storm system that I just mentioned are in throughout the remainder of the nighttime hours. From earlier today, 65 Marquette, 72 Grayling, 74 degrees Traverse City, 70 Cadillac, Mackinac Island, Alpena, also in Oscoda. Nice little run down there, the 70s. But with the clouds back in, and yes, a shower for some of us. Temperatures into the low and middle 50s. So a little bit milder than what we've seen just over the past couple of days. We go on into tomorrow. Once again, I don't think the threat of severe weather's here until perhaps later tomorrow night or early on Wednesday. Nonetheless, there will be a pop-up shower and thunderstorm for us, all on the front side of our latest storm system. Now again, the worst in terms of the wet weather, even though I'm allowing for wet weather anytime tomorrow, the worst of it is with the passage of our cold front, and that's tomorrow night and early on Wednesday for us. In a best case scenario, we may very well dry things out by nightfall Wednesday evening. You know what, though? The clouds would be hanging tough, so it's not the best of fireworks viewings, that's for sure. Nonetheless, once the axis of our storm system goes through, there's drier air to be had. It's just that the brightest weather holds off until after our nation's 231st. To get to there, well, we got to stroll through Tuesday, and here's the rundown specifically. Clouds, limited sun, pop-up shower and thunderstorm force, 77 degrees in Gladwin, 78 Mount Pleasant, up through Clare, Traverse City, Cadillac managing 78 and 77 respectively, 73 in Petoskey, also Gaylord, pair of 7s in Houghton Lake. Yeah, shower, thunderstorm for some of us. I'm not looking for anything ominous, but once again, keep in mind what I said. Even though we get briefly wet during the course of tomorrow night and Wednesday is the real deal. So yeah, Old Glory's going to be getting wet there. If you have any grilling plans, you may want a fallback plan of attack. Best case scenario, we'll dry things out Wednesday night, but the clouds stay put until it turns out brighter and a little bit milder during the Thursday-Friday time frame. Weak cool front up close toward Lake Superior may bring a shower toward the UP on Saturday. Overall, though, I think once we start to dry things out Wednesday night, we're not going to be turning back anytime soon. Regardless, still some showers and thunderstorms headed to our nation's birthday. Aaron?
All right, at least the weekend looks good. Are you not a fan of flying but don't want to give up first-class treatment? Amtrak says they have the answer. Details in tonight's Consumer Concerns.
News brought to you by King's Buffet in Traverse City. Everyday Oriental lunch and dinner buffet. So it's too hot to cook and you're hungry. Welcome to Traverse City's largest Chinese buffet, King's Buffet at the Cherryland Center. You will find our offerings to be of the highest quality and freshness. We have a great selection of appetizers, entrees, a fantastic salad bar, and many desserts. For large parties, we offer a large banquet room that will accommodate 100 people. So contact us for your next event. Visit our website for coupons and dining information. King's Buffet, all you can eat Oriental buffet at the Cherryland Center next to Tom's in Traverse City. You'll love it.
Your supermarket? Our supermarket. Meyer. Higher standards, lower prices.
I love making Tylenol.
I love making Tylenol. I put love into this product.
I'm not just making it for your kids. I'm making it for mine.
I'll make the best product that I can possibly make.
I promise.
I promise.
I'll never forget that what we make goes into someone's body.
All the love we putting in there, yeah, that's good.
We don't make store brand pain relievers. We make Tylenol.
What makes Tylenol so unique isn't just its commitment to safety. It's also the people that make it. Hear why at Tylenol.com/promise.
Great taste, low cholesterol here. Great taste.
Your 2%? Next.
Great taste, lower cholesterol. Great taste, lower cholesterol.
Honey Nut Cheerios. When something tastes great and can help lower cholesterol, it's quite a draw.
Honey Nut Cheerios. Be happy, be healthy.
For many of us, we don't even know we're at risk of a heart attack until it strikes. Well, now researchers have developed a simple blood test that could one day predict who's at risk before it's too late. Doctors have already found a link between heart attack and an enzyme called myeloperoxidase, or MPO, for those with existing heart problems. Now, new research out of the Cleveland Clinic has connected those MPO levels to healthy people, those without heart disease risk factors. The 6-year study involved more than 3,000 men and women 40 years old and older. Researchers say MPO blood levels were significantly higher in people who developed heart disease or had a heart attack. The researchers hope their findings could one day help determine who benefits from an MPO screening test.
1 out of every 3 people who has a heart attack doesn't survive the heart attack, and unfortunately the first sign of heart disease typically in an individual often is having a heart attack. So being able to identify the individuals who are at risk to have coronary artery disease and develop be at risk to have a heart attack is really the majority of the battle.
The findings appear in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. And that's Fox 33's To Your Health. 5-course meals and personal butler service will be available on several Amtrak routes starting this fall. The National Passenger Railroad has a new partnership with Grand Lux Rail Journeys. The companies have teamed up to attach 7 special Grand Lux cars to regular Amtrak trains. The Amtrak ventures offer shorter trips of 2 or 3 days, which makes it more affordable. For Colorado-based Grand Lux, the deal is a chance to bring its brand of luxury to a wider group of customers. Most Grand Lux tours run 7 to 10 days and cost upwards of $4,000 per person. The new service will be available on trains traveling between Chicago and San Francisco, Chicago and Los Angeles, and Washington and Miami. More than 90 departures are scheduled from November 2007 to January 2008. Northwest Airlines is responding to flight cancellations with a new strategy. The company issued a statement Friday saying that the days between June 22nd and June 28th had a 7.6 average of canceled flights system-wide. That number includes all Southwest Airlines mainland and Airlink flights. Meanwhile, the average of canceled mainline flights is about 11.9%. The airline canceled more than 1,000 flights last week, blaming bad weather, restrictions from air traffic control, and pilots calling in sick. The company says it's working on ways to combat these cancellations, including the retraining of pilots. And Northwest says starting July 18th, it will end its second Detroit to Frankfurt flight. The company says that will free up more than 750 pilots to fly the routes. And a Grand Rapids boxing native wants to punch into a Michigan city. Details after the break.
Tonight's news is brought to you by the Michigan Vein Institute, the Vein Specialists.
The Michigan Vein Institute answers your questions about varicose vein treatment.
Will I need surgery?
Surgery is no longer the best treatment for varicose veins. The best results are now obtained using endovenous laser and other non-surgical treatments.
Will my insurance cover treatment?
If you have pain, swelling, or other symptoms, treatment is often covered.
Call the Michigan Vein Institute, the vein specialists in Traverse City, Gaylord, and Alpena. Online at miveins.com.
What are you doing?
Getting ready for my test.
A test? What subject?
Cholesterol.
Are you nervous?
Well, last time I didn't do so great.
You?
Yeah, but I'm getting extra help.
Cheerios is the only leading cold cereal proven to lower cholesterol.
Grandpa, I hope you score 100 on your test.
Well, I'm shooting for something like 190.
Summertime, a time for fun and relaxation. Visit Dry Harbor Marine, your Formula Chris Craft and Scout Boats dealer, located on US 31 South, Charlevoix. Keep your vehicle clean with the professionals, Petoskey Detailing, since 2003. Why shine when you can sparkle? Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Put a little soul in your step with the newest fashion footwear and men's clothing at Northern Soul, where personal service is still personal.
Attention all golfers, how would you like to buy 2 rounds of golf for the price of 1 at one of Northern Michigan's premier golf courses? It's easy. Just log on to fox33.com and click on Half Off Golf. This week's featured golf course is Manistee Golf and Country Club, golfing at its finest. The 2-for-1 certificates for Manistee Golf and Country Club go on sale during Fox 33 News at 10 Wednesday, July 4th. Supplies are limited and won't last long. So what are you waiting for? Log on to fox33.com and click on Half Off Golf.
Tonight's sports sponsored by BillMarsh.com, where price drives you.
In tonight's sports, boxing champion for Floyd Mayweather Jr. is in West Michigan to officially announce the construction of a community center. The Grand Rapids native plans to build community centers in several cities throughout the U.S., with his hometown center being the first. The idea is to put the centers in key areas of the cities, then clean up the surrounding neighborhoods by adding businesses. Organizers said they have a location in mind, and if all goes according to plans, constructions will begin within a year and a half. And the Traverse City Beach Bums were taking the mound tonight. We'll check in and see how they're doing. Traverse City Beach Bums is winning this game 10-5, and in their 8th inning. And here's a look at tonight's winning lottery numbers.
Break the routine this holiday weekend and head to Art Van, where every mattress set is 50% off. We're giving you 4 whole years of 0% interest with no down payment. And we'll pay your sales tax, too. That's right. This 4th of July weekend, save 50% off every twin, full, queen, and king set. Sealy Posturepedic, Simmons Beauty Rest, King's Down, and King Coil, all 50% off. But it's only at Art Van's 4th of July mattress set sale. Going on now.
Hi, everybody. We'll get back to your favorite TV program in just a couple of minutes, but I wanted to talk to you on behalf of the giant of Traverse City, Michigan, Williams Kia. You know, if you've been waiting for the perfect time to buy a vehicle, but you've been turned down by other dealerships or your credit is not up to snuff, well, we've got Credit Magic. Our credit counselors and specialists, they're like credit magicians. They can pull those approvals out of the hat. They can make your credit problems virtually disappear. But you got to pick up the phone and call right now while the lines are open. We're ready to take your calls. We're ready to start the process. And the vehicles are unbelievable. Brand new Kias. Each one comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty at no extra charge. Twice the warranty, half the price of the other guys. Get excited about it. Listen to these prices. Kia Rios right now, under $10,000. Drive one away, great on gas, great safety features. The Spectra, incredible vehicle, under $12,000 for this ride. You're going to love it. Again, great safety features, great fuel economy. You're going to love the room inside and the power. Call right now. The Kia Optima, you're going to love this sedan, or the Kia Sportage, a great entry-level SUV. Your choice, $199 a month. You can drive away in one. pick up the phone, call right now. The all-new Rondo here, the crossover vehicle that everybody's talking about. Rondoism is alive and well in Traverse City. Get excited about it. $249 a month. The Kia Sedona and Kia Sorrento, both priced at $299 a month. The Sedona, the highest safety rated minivan ever built. Pick up the phone. Call right now. We've got the credit magic. We can get you approved, but you got to call that number you see on the screen. We've got millions to loan, and we've got the magic, folks. So pick up the phone and call right now. We are the giants of Traverse City, Michigan, for very good reason. We've got the credit magic. We got the people. We got the prices. We've got the product. Call right now and get some of the credit magic from the giant, Williams Kia.
With our last look at the weather, here's Jim.
We're going to have some problems in terms of wet weather headed back into our area. Matter of fact, anytime on Tuesday, we will pick up a shower or thunderstorm, but I have to stress the vast majority of what we're going to see and any threat of severe weather holds off until Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. Now, as our latest storm system rolls past us, in a best-case scenario, I'll keep my fingers crossed, we could dry things out conceivably by nightfall Wednesday night. But with clouds lingering, it's not the best of fireworks viewing, that's for sure. Old Glory and maybe your picnic on a little bit of a wet note here, something that you want to have, like a plan B, fall back on. Otherwise, the sun comes back, better weather Thursday and Friday, the humidity's back down. Still a nice start to the weekend. So, near term, showers, thunderstorms are in, the worst of which Tuesday night, and at least for the first half of our Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Jim. No, it's not a dream. A dozen 7-Eleven stores around the country have been transformed into a Quickie Mart, the fictional convenience store of The Simpsons. While Apu will not be behind the counter, the store and several 7-Eleven stores will sell items that only exist in the TV world, like Buzz Cola, Crustio's cereal, and Squishies. It's a promotion for the Simpsons movie that will be released later in July. There's only one very prominent missing product. There will be no Duff beer. Executives say that the movie is PG-13, and in their words, the beer just doesn't really fit. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Stay tuned as Fox News continues. And for you early birds, be sure to join us right back here for Michigan's Fox News Mornings. Have a great night.
Tonight's news is sponsored by Bob Evans.